On the afternoon of May 14th, a pickup truck collided with an oil tanker on Great Western Road in Harwich. Luckily, nobody was seriously hurt, and the coordinated efforts of the Harwich Police and Fire Department made for a speedy cleanup.
It was around 3 o'clock in the afternoon when the fire department received a call for a gasoline tanker overturned at the intersection of Great Western Road and Lothrop. Luckily, it was not a gasoline tanker as first reported. We found out that in fact it was number 2 fuel oil that was involved. But the thing that caused a little bit of an issue for us is the fact that we had a pickup truck pinned underneath the tanker, which certainly we knew that there was going to be an interesting chain of events to occur to, number one, get the person out of the vehicle, as well as take care of the potential hazard to the environment. Basically, it's a situation where any time that there's any question of the hazard to the environment, DEP has to be notified. But where we had an emergency situation as far as possible injuries and loss of life and the potential for explosion as well, what we needed to do is get the plan into effect as quickly as possible. Both police and fire are trained in the National Incident Management System, so we had drilled on many times and have used major public events. So it really was a situation where we worked together.
In this particular case, the investigation of the accident was a secondary to the hazardous material and the rescue of the people. So in those particular cases, the police department then is a support service to the fire department, and basically what we deal with is the cordon off of the area, setting out inner and outer perimeters, and also traffic redirection.
The tanker truck was traveling in this direction across and wound up in this particular area. As you can see, they've already set up a contamination area as well as a monitoring station behind the fence. As part of the cleanup operation, a licensed site professional has been on the scene since the day of the incident. Sue arrived early, wound up coordinating the cleanups that was going on at the time in conjunction with DEP and the state's hazmat team. Credit to them, they did a wonderful job dealing with the public, dealing with the neighbors that were affected in this situation. When it came time to actually remove the contaminated soil, they had a little laboratory set up right on scene to determine the extent of excavation that needed to be done. As you can see, we still have, number one, we have monitoring wells set up that they put in this location over here as well as across the street, which will be something that will be in place for quite some time in order to determine the impact to the environment.
And what we know about this spill in Harwich, on the corner of Great Western and Lothrop's Road, is that it is outside of a public water supply area, and that the first order resources that were of concern were actually overland flow into the wetlands and a vernal pool. And secondarily to that is cleaning up the groundwater and finding out if there's any other resources nearby. But the good thing about that site and what had happened is that it doesn't cause a immediate threat to the public health through drinking water.
Much of this was handwork, where they had groups of people in hip waders out in there and going from bush to bush, literally cleaning off the shrubbery, cleaning off the lower level of sediment on the wetlands here, trying to mitigate the spill as much as possible. It was absolutely amazing how much handwork had to be done to try to clean this up. Originally, this was all covered over with brush and what have you, and it was basically a wild wetlands area. But unfortunately, they had to clean a lot of it off in order to get to the hazardous materials and to get them collected out of there.
Restoration looks very good.
Yeah.
For the short period of time, they did an excellent job.
Certainly there was a significant cost. It's something that the owner of the company there, Mike Tasha, with Cape Cod Oil, right away realized the impact that this had on the town. He wound up having the insurance companies contact directly. Certainly, it was a significant cost to both town departments. We're working with the insurance companies to seek reimbursement. I think the key thing for people to understand is that when we have an incident like this, that you know, we have to set up a safety area, number one, to protect the people that are working the incident. You know, in this particular incident, to effectively execute a rescue of an individual that was pinned underneath the vehicle, as well as treatment. But then even during the offloading situation, we had to make sure that, you know, this was done in a safe manner.